Face tattoos, piercings, plastic surgery, which looks best on us?
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
Humans have been modifying their bodies since the dawn of time with things like piercings, dramatic makeup, or tattoos that make the internet think you're a beautiful butch woman.
With technological advancement in the cosmetic field growing every day, we wanted to see what would it look like if we had some body modifications of our own.
Now, we are neither promoting nor disparaging cosmetic surgery. What you do with your body is up to you. And what we do with our bodies is up to our lovely graphics department. It's time for Body Mod Check, Head and Torso Edition.
Gentlemen, you're about to be presented with 24 new versions of you, each one featuring a different body mod. You'll rate how good you think you look on a scale of 1 to 100. You'll also rate how good you think the other guy looks.
Yep.
And then we'll take your combined scores, and at the end, we'll see which mods you each look best and worst in.
And we're going to agree right now to do the thing that we think we look best in.
In Good Mythical More today.
That's right. We have a body modifier on stand.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't know if I wanted to say on hand or on standby.
On stand-eye. I hope you get
Doing a handstand.
one of those bagels in your foreheads when I'm...
Yes.
Let's kick things off with our first category, piercings, starting with earlobe studs.
Earlobe studs.
Now, we both have done this. Well, actually, we both did hoops. Oh, you did hoop on the top of your earring.
I never had my ear pierced here. You had both of your ears pierced
But I
here.
didn't do studs. I
had my cartilage pierced at the
hoopies.
top of one ear because I wanted to be different, and it hurt like Hades.
I don't think this looks particularly good on either one of us.
I do not like it on me at all.
It looks worse on you.
It looks much worse on me.
I'm going to give myself a 45.
Out of 100?
Yep.
I'm going to give you a 68 on that,
Oh.
man. I think for me, I'm going to give that a 7. I don't like it at all.
I'm giving you a 12.
Earlobe hoops.
Here we go. It got worse on you somehow.
It did get...
I don't really understand what is happening here.
I was kind of hoping the picture of me would change because I didn't want to keep looking at that picture.
I'm going to give you a 4. I think
out of 100.
Out of 100.
Just to be sure you
this
remember
is a low
that.
score.
Yeah, you've gone a little pirate now.
I like it. I think it's more fitting.
You searching for that booty?
I found it. I'm going to give myself a 75.
Have you been able to unlock the chest?
Yes. Yep. That's part of the agreement.
Agreement.
75 for me.
Well, if you don't say so yourself.
I think the hoops work, especially with the hair pulled back.
I do not like that as good for you, and as your friend, I'm going to give you a 49.
Oh, you like the studs better than the hoops?
Yeah, definitely.
Weird.
I got to give myself a 1 on that one.
Oh.
I don't want to look like my Nana just because I love her.
Earlobe dangling.
Oh, wow, we're still there.
How does it keep getting worse?
I don't know.
Me?
Going to a 2 on Link here?
Is there one on the other ear too?
Yep. We can only imagine.
Well, I have to leave room for it to get even worse.
Yeah, well,
Two.
There's still
I'm
a
giving
1.
it a 2.
I don't particularly like this on me. I'm going to give myself a 39.
What is it, by the way? Is it a dragonfly?
It's got some feathers.
It's a horsefly
Feathers.
with an egg sac coming out of its wings.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
But a night on the town, we could each wear one. That'd be fun.
What's your score for Rhett?
31.
Ear industrial bar.
Okay. Why are these all kind of working for you and not me at all? It's just, I don't
like either one. 25 for both of us.
I'll give Red a 60. I'm going to give me a
thanks.
19.
Ear gauges.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Again, real bad on you.
Yeah, I went to high school in the 90s is what that says.
23 for Link.
Thank you. I'm going to give myself a nice solid 42. I need a scoring aid. For Rhett, I almost looked down. I don't like this as much for you. I'm going to give it a 50.
I'll go with a 48.
Nose septum.
That's bad for you.
Especially on the mustache.
In front of the mustache, that's bad.
20. 20 for
I'm
me.
gonna give that a 19. For me, you can almost forget that it's there.
I don't know.
It's not the end of the world horrible. 40.
There's something interesting that happens with glasses. Really send a face in a certain direction that then when you start adding things to it, it gets
Those glasses don't fit with that.
right. It's
nose ring.
you basically establish a perspective for a person based on glasses, and then other things happen and it doesn't complement it.
Yeah. Well, score it
30,
low.
35.
Nose bridge.
Okay. Oh my God! Oh, it has to hurt. And does it go? Does it curl around the top of your bridge of your nose, or is it straight as an arrow?
It's a rod that's going through that skin right there.
Oh my God, I hate it.
I really
hate the
dislike
idea
it
of
on
this.
me.
It looks like I got 2 more eyeballs that are like trying to grow out.
17 on me.
I'm fine with this because I just put my glasses on over it and you don't see it. And maybe
No, your glasses
my glasses
would sit on
Oh,
it.
my glasses could connect to it magnetically, and I wouldn't need
Okay.
sides.
Well, there you go. I'll give you a 50.
I'm gonna give myself a 68 for this. I'm gonna give you a 10. I hate it.
Yeah.
Eyebrow.
This is like a torture stud. What is this called? It's got a flange on it.
This is not bad on you.
You have to wear leather. If you don't wear leather comfortably,
Well, you could have
you
leather
can't
on.
do that.
I'll give you a 64.
I don't wear leather.
64.
I'm gonna give me a 35. Don't like it.
I feel like I should have made a different face. I'll just be honest with you. Now that we're this
Right.
far in, I just feel like I shouldn't have been smiling. But I'm going to give myself
Ma-
a 34.
Maybe surprised. I'm gonna give you a 34. It's hard to give both of us a score. It's exhausting, actually. This is a
Lip.
hard job.
Ashley.
It's in the lip.
Oh my God. As opposed to like a labrae, which is below it in the soul patch area. Ugh.
This is the only part of my mouth you can see, so I get points for that.
I hate it on you. I'm gonna give it a 29 for you.
No, I'm giving myself a 50 because it's doing something interesting with the only part of my mouth you can see.
What? I don't want something sharp where I kiss. I don't understand.
I don't think it's sharp. What do you think? What do you think?
Isn't it a stone?
I don't think it's dangerous.
I'm gonna give myself a 51.
I think it looks pretty good on you, but I would be worried that you would hurt yourself with it because you bite your lip a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd end up breaking a tooth.
Yep. Thank you for that.
So I'm going to give you a 24.
Okay.
Lip.
Thank you.
Medusa.
Medusa. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
God. Oh God. Yours is horrifying. But I think that the mustache would actually come over it something. So
I get stuff stuck in my mustache all the time, so I know what this is like. It's like when a booger falls out and gets caught on the mustache.
that's what it looks like. It looks
Yeah.
like a tick is getting plump on your upper
I
lip.
really, really hate this on me. I'm gonna give myself a 5.
I'm gonna give you a 10. I'm gonna give me a 5 because it really looks like a snot droplet on my nose.
I feel like they should be like a different color,
like why would you
a
do
non-booger color. But as it stands, 17.
Nipple straight bar.
Here we go.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm still happy.
Didn't have to use our actual bodies, could have used somebody else's. With all the freaking Photoshop y'all do around here.
Yeah.
Put somebody else's body on our head in a realistic yet better way.
And maybe next time you got to do a picture with my shirt off. Just give me a warning. I tan up a little bit.
Yeah, we need to tan. You can tan us in post as well.
I would trim my uneven chest bush.
You know, my chest hair, it kind of looks like my nipples have caught on fire, and then it's becoming a bigger fire in the middle of my chest.
What I will say
Not a
is
lot,
that your
but-
face.
It's too big for my body.
Well, no, your face. Well, that's true, but what I was saying is your face is saying, I've got my shirt off and I don't know how to feel about it. I just look too proud.
Yeah, you do. Right.
It's like I don't even realize my shirt's off.
Even a
Okay, we're
background would have made
talking
it more
about
flattering.
the straight bar nipple piercing.
Now, I like that.
I really don't like it on me. 18.
Well, fine. I don't want you to have it anyway because I'm thinking about getting this. So I'm giving you a 9, and I'm giving me a 99.
Why?
Because it makes them easier to grab. Hey, this is my show. You ask me a question, you're gonna get the answer. And you almost permanently damaged my nipples.
What is happening?
I mean, it looks better
Michaela
on
was
you than
shocking
it
my
looks on
nipples.
me. I'll give you a 61.
Thank you. right, get it off of here.
Nipple horseshoe barbell.
Okay. It got a little bit better on me.
It did get better on you.
Because now you can see it. It goes below the edge of the nipple.
And-
I really don't understand this. I know we're not we're not judging people for doing this, but I'm just saying that like it's just an accident waiting to happen. I'm so like
true.
injury averse that like adding something to that part of my body.
Yeah, it's something to get snagged. Oh my God.
I'm gonna give myself a 48 on this one, and I'm gonna give you a 64.
I'm gonna give myself a 69, and I'm gonna give you a 39.
Nipple ring.
Oh God, come on, guys.
Now you can hook that up to things.
Right, that's even worse.
I don't like this as much. I'm gonna give myself a 60, and I'm gonna give you a 55.
I'll give myself a 52. I'll give you 65.
That concludes our piercings category. Next up, we have
thank you.
tattoos, neck and above, starting with face.
Okay, yep.
Christy
Okay.
and Jesse. What we have on our butts currently is now on our face.
The problem with you is that it looks like it could just be on your glasses.
I got my Christy
You
glasses.
could be like, Christy glasses, huh? It's one of my favorite brands.
For you, this is all you needed to look like Nicolas Cage from Con Air. The hair is the same.
A face tattoo actually is not a bad move for me. 71.
I'll give you a 68. I'm gonna give me a 29.
Yeah, the glasses thing is really throwing me off. 34.
Neck.
That's got to hurt.
You're already inching towards this.
I feel like I could do this. Now, why did you put a cabbage on there? I don't know. I'm gonna give you a
Everybody likes cabbage.
60. But you do agree it's a cabbage.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm gonna give myself a 83.
Whoa! I do think it works a little bit better on you. I'll give you a 78. I'll give myself a 62.
Yeah, it makes you look a little too dirty.
Permanent makeup, eyebrows.
My eyebrows are getting like a lot lighter, but why did you change the shape so much?
Mine's not that much different than mine are.
I'm gonna give you a 86. I'm gonna give me a 22.
I don't like it on either one of us, but I think it works a little bit better on me. I'll give myself a 48. I'll give you a 28.
How do you do it? How do you look at us for so long? Like you do this multiple times a week, maybe 5 times a week? How do you do it? I can't bear to do this much longer. Look at myself.
I think that I think it wears off, right? You forget that it's a person. You forget that we're people. Yeah.
Permanent makeup, eyeliner.
Oh. This really is not working on me. Something went wrong
bad
on
for
me.
you.
It's like my eyes closed up.
You need to keep going. You need to paint more.
What happened? I'm squinting too much on this picture.
Oh my God.
That's a 2 for me.
You kind of look like a fish.
Yeah, it's not great.
I'm gonna give you a 5. And
It's not that bad on
I'm
you.
just a little emo.
It's not that bad on you.
40,
with that
45.
neck tattoo, I might give you a 51.
That concludes the tattoos, neck and above category. Finally, we have our cosmetic surgery and dentistry category, starting with grills.
Hell yes, yes, dude. Yes. I hate me right now, but you are rocking it, dude. You look like freaking riffraff, man. Yes.
We both look
89 for Rhett.
The problem is I have to make that face in order for you to see my teeth. I'm gonna give myself a 42.
Chappie, you took this picture of me?
Yeah, you were there too.
It looks like you got corn teeth.
You were there too. Well,
It's corn teeth, man.
yeah, that's bad. That's bad for the homie.
44.
14 for me. I'm not happy with that. I really thought I'd be able to pull that off. Disappointed.
Lip filler.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Rhett.
so nothing happened to me.
Did my nose get swole too? It makes my nose look totally different. Please tell me that you did something to my nose too.
They did nothing to your nose, man.
Doesn't it make my nose look different?
It makes your philtrum too small.
And it's crazy that my nose looks so different.
I feel like I look the same, so whatever I would give myself, I think I'd give myself, on a good day, I'd give myself a 73.
You think that you look the same?
Yeah. His bottom lip is just shinier.
Yeah, it's just shinier.
73, yeah. You look like you have a dip in.
Yeah. This is me dipping, 73.
Yeah.
And Link
I look like Princess Diana's son.
You mean one of the princes?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, which one, William or Harry?
Which one married Meghan Markle?
Harry, but neither one of them have lips like
Him.
that.
You put his nose.
Have you looked at
But
them?
I have Princess Di's nose. I can't believe that that's my nose.
It is, man. It's your nose.
32.
Yeah, I give you a 25 on that.
Brow forehead lift.
Oh.
What? What did you do?
There's too much space where there shouldn't be.
What in the hell?
Now, if I could get Jesse tattooed in that spot,
Now, if you'd open your eyes more as a result of it,
it might look good. Who knows? It
I
does
think
not look good in this state.
I think it does open the eyes a bit. I don't like
20,
that at all.
20.
20
13
for what?
For me.
For rep. Now, for me,
It looks a little bit better.
I mean,
you
that's
just look
just-
excited.
When I raise my eyebrows, that's now where they fall.
Yeah, it's like you were able to raise your eyebrows without raising your eyelids, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And cool.
Can I still raise my eyebrows above that level?
I think it creates a new starting point.
So then
you could go up again.
They could go again.
So I'm gonna give you a 68 for that.
That's cool. I mean,
You could
this
be the
is
most surprised man on earth.
effortlessly surprised. Go gadget eyebrows.
He's always surprised to see me.
Yep, that's an 80.
Buckle fat removal.
Oh,
Buckle fat?
yeah, that's
yeah.
this part.
I thought
right
it
here.
was buccal, but it's not.
I have a lot of that apparently because I've become a different person.
I'm trying to think. Like for me, it definitely looks like I've been on a ship too long.
You've lost your bottom teeth.
Yeah, I got scurvy, man.
Yeah, you got scurvy. So I'm giving you a 15.
So that's a 20 for me. For you, I'm trying to think like
Who knew my
chin
chin could get sharper?
If I didn't know you, I think it might work. Yeah, I'll give you a 57.
Come on, dude. That's all?
I mean,
Look at that chiseled look, man.
okay, 67.
All right, I'll give it a 67.
You lobbied yourself to a 67.
Double 67.
Chin surgery.
Oh, rat! Yes! What? That is what?
Now,
Ooh!
okay, let's be like y'all. I know you did your best, but I mean, I know you hadn't seen my mouth very often, but that ain't what my mouth looks like. My mouth doesn't look like somebody cut it with a knife to make a hole in the face.
God, I now know why we did this episode. Just for this moment.
I mean, I just feel like, what would it be like to have lips and have to consider this? Because the ironic thing is, I actually look better than this with my beard gone.
Yeah, you did. Well, the real ironic thing is that, like, people been talking about how much I look like a lesbian, but you look like a lesbian here.
I don't think that lesbian would be very popular.
Well, I'm not saying you look like an unpopular lesbian. Stevie, weigh in on this.
I'm good.
What about any of the other lesbians that work here? Anybody else want to weigh in?
I think that if I were to get chin surgery, whatever is involved in it, it would give me the option to not have a beard, and I don't think it would look like this. So I'm going to go with what I imagine it could be, and I'm going to give myself a 71.
That's wild, dude. I'm going to have to give this an 86. It's awesome.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And I guess you did something to me.
Now,
Is
what
that
do you-
the joke? You didn't do anything to me?
The chin is a little larger. The gap between chin and goozle is smaller.
Okay, but the goozle's quite large. I've been thinking about getting goozle reduction surgery. Now that Stevie's brought it up, it's confirmed.
It's very painful recovery.
I give me a nice solid 80.
I'll give you an 81.
Thank you.
Nose job.
Yeah, you straighten my nose out, which is good because I got a deviated septum.
Oh wow.
So I'd probably be able to breathe.
Go back and forth, toggle it for me.
Yeah, see how my nose looks like it was broken.
Wow, dude.
You never noticed that? I have a really,
Go
really
back
severe
to
deviated
crooked.
septum.
Oh my God, right? I don't like this for me because I need my glasses to stay up. So I'm gonna give Rhett a nice solid 90, and I'm gonna give me a 52.
I'd give myself an 83 and give you a 68.
And finally, tongue splitting.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Why would you do that?
Because you can taste things twice.
I can't look at it.
I wonder what the impact is on...
Nope.
Does it help?
I'm gonna give.
Can you make it go like this?
I think that no, because
Can you make it go like
no,
this?
it's like two legs in the water. Ew. And I think you can do them independently.
If you can do them independently, it can double your speed.
I'm gonna give you a 20. I'm gonna give me an 18
Why'd you give me higher?
because I can kind of believe it.
I don't like it on either one of us. I'll give us both a 10.
I hate it. 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 End it. Put it away.
Okay,
Ugh.
that's the end. You've seen every body modification on our list, and we're
now-
going to tabulate the scores and come right back to you.
All right. Good luck, editor.
Have you registered to vote yet? Well, head to votelikeabeast.com now to register if you're eligible, to check your registration status, and to learn more about what's on your ballot.
If enough of you register to vote. Sorry, let me use my inside voice. If enough of you register to vote through Vote Like a Beast, you'll unlock a variety of content rewards, including us reading more fan fiction, doing a future episode of Naked Foods Naked. Actually naked?
Yeah. Kind of
Look at
like what you have already seen in this episode.
Hooking ourselves up to a pregnancy simulator and eating the world's hottest pepper, Pepper X. So it depends on where you come in the registration. So votelikeabeast.com, all right?
Okay, Rhett, your lowest rated mod was permanent makeup eyeliner.
Okay.
And Link, yours was earlobe dangling.
Yeah.
And Rhett, your top two were chin surgery, but as imagined by you, and nose job. And Link, yours were neck tattoo and chin surgery, even though it just kind of basically looked like how you already look.
So just the neck tattoo. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think I should get a cabbage on my neck. Because you know I'll do it. It's a plant.
It is a plant, and it's one of your favorites.
Yeah, I love slaw.
So I guess, I think I'm going with chin surgery.
In Good Mythical More.
I'll be a little bit swollen for a while. You know, that's what happens.
That's okay.
I got to shave, then it swells up a little bit. But I'm committing to it right here. I'm going to do it.
We'll ice it, bro.
We have someone standing by.
All right. Steve, are you good with this plan?
Yes.
Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bear.
You know what time it is.
My name's Georgia. I'm in Los Angeles. Rhett and Link are trying out rat tails, and I have a rat tail. And it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
We copied you. I'm sorry. You found us out.
Welcome to the club, bus.
Click the top link to watch us guess who's controlling us in Good Mythical More.
And to find out where the wheel of mythicality is going to land. Check out votelikeabeast.com today to inform your vote for the election season. Register, build your voting plan, votelikeabeast.com today.